What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at CDM Capa, the new weekly objective, and for some reason we've managed to bag another weekly objective. We've just done Volland, and now we have got Capa for the next, I think, 7 days, and I believe that's when freeze cards go out of packs, and I believe it's when Road to the Finals goes out of packs as well. So it looks like we've got pretty much until next week until we have to do this card, and then there's 9 days of the season left for any of the milestone cards that you may have missed, like Bellerin. I think Delafeu's still there. I think Mollet was the first season, so you've got just a few more days to go with that. Capa again in the managerial one, 77 rated team, 3 silvers, and it has to be 8 La Liga. We'll have a look at all the objectives and see how difficult it is. I think most of these are not really difficult, it's more time consuming more than anything. 12, I believe there's one that's 12 games that you've got to score in the separate games, and that's all that takes the time up. Having to play, or at least kind of like go through 12, it's a long time to play, and especially when you've got other cards. Luckily I've kept up to date with them, so I've got all the silvers, I've got all of the other objective cards, and now we have got Capa in the club already. Absolutely banged it out, and I just wanted to play with him, to be honest. He's a free card, you know me, I love my free cards. Let me know down below, have you got any players left, and who have you got left? Let me know down below. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let's get into the review. In terms of Capa, he has come from a right back, 81 rated gold, so he's gone up by +4 and moved into the centre of the pitch, getting a +3 on his pace, 9 on shooting, 5 on passing, 2 on dribbling, 6 on defending, and 1 on his physical, so no downgrades whatsoever for him, and it's turned him into a nice DM. Very nice Spanish DM. He's got good pace, 86, physicals are 89. Some really good stats off him, and in general I think chemistry style straight off the bat, people are looking at a shadow. It gets his pace up to 96 with 89 defending. It does turn him into an 86 CDM, but it also turns him into an 89 right back if you so happen to kind of move him back. Maybe you've got a right back that can play better in DM. It's always the case, and with these kind of like changes of positions that they seem to be doing a hell of a lot during this promo, then it's quite nice because you could potentially find a nice link there and really work it in. For instance, Lala is a right mid, did get a downgrade on his defending, I believe, so potentially not that move, but there is players out there that you could do. For instance, the Marquinhos Casemiro kind of switch. You could put Marquinhos as a centre back and then Casemiro as a DM, and to be honest, it works out well for them. In terms of Capa, he's a 3-star, right footed, 5'9" with a high work rates. It's not the greatest terms of kind of like basic info. Obviously I always prefer the 4-star weak foot at the very minimum with a DM, but as it's a free card, may let that one slide a little bit. Traits, he's got a long throw in, nothing really too special with that, and he is quite a small DM, very much like a Conte but without the kind of insane stats. Pace wise, very nice. Dribbling, it's good enough. 80 composure is not amazing. He's got probably average dribbling for a DM. Passing wise, it's nice, nothing long, keep it short, keep it simple, very good there. And then obviously the physicality is his best trait. 87 strength and aggression, 94 stamina, and then we've got 84 stand, 82 slide and tackle. With the shadow though, we get 94, 97 stand and slide, 93 interceptions, and 85 defensive awareness with, like I say, the 96 pace. Absolutely incredible stats on the defensive side of him when you put that shadow on. So a very good DM for literally no cost. Just playing the game, 12 games and you've got it done. Very easy. I think it's a must do. Nonetheless, any of these free cards, always make sure you do them. Even if you do no SBCs, these are well worth doing as a kind of like playing investment later on down the line for icon swaps. You have these cards and they will save you so much hassle. In terms of playing style, I felt him be quite sluggish at times, not necessarily the greatest at turning, has got an interception on him and a decent defensive tackle, to be honest. I just felt like kind of like the dribbling aspect of him, not talking about necessarily running past everybody, but in terms of turning and just basic kind of like movements, he didn't feel the quickest in that, and that sometimes can be an issue when we're coming up against like cams like Bruno, De Bruyne, who can move very quick, and not to mention some wingers like Sterling. It can be a bit of an issue when you are trying to kind of like mark their movements, and he just cannot cannot keep up with their spin. Yes, you can jockey off a little bit more, but you want a DM that is going to tackle them. We got a lucky tackle there just because he was doing keepy ups, but in general, I felt he was better passing the ball. That was his kind of main attribute, and kind of like one-on-one sort of strength battles, really good physicalities of him. I felt he worked well with the team, just that kind of like the movement wasn't the greatest in the world, but I think you can kind of let that slide with him being free and predominantly only being used in friendlies. I can't really see him going into a FUT Champs team or a Rivals teams anytime soon. I think for me he's going to be reserved for icon swaps, and that's really about it from him. It's a free card, and let's get into the overall. We start on this screen, and then we'll move our way over to the objectives. Generation-wise, he's FIFA 16. He is 28 years old, so obviously not been in FIFA too long, but he's managed to go from silver to gold with a few informs down the line in FIFA 20. Nothing really something spectacular from him, and I think it's one thing that they're doing semi-right in this game with giving players that necessarily don't get informs, don't get specials, actual cards to use. Is he fully usable? Probably not, but in terms of this card, so early on in the game, it's nice to have an option, and especially that he's free. If they made him into like 100k SBC, rubbish, but now he's free and it's an easy objective to do. Even if you want to just use him into an SBC later on down the line, he is absolutely free. You get friendly points, obviously you get games in for the 300 wins. It's just a no-brainer for that, to be honest. And in terms of links, you have got someone like Inaki Williams as the kind of only link really that is usable. Personally, I have actually got him, so I used him with him. But other than that, nothing really there. And then obviously we do go into the Spain option. Plenty of icons. Ramos as a strong link. Busquets, who you wouldn't really use. Record Breaker Silver. Not a bad card. I actually quite like him, to be honest. Very quick on the dribble. Then you have got Player of the Months, Road to the Finals, Grimaldo, Fabregas. Plenty of players. Not necessarily the most meta players in the world, but definitely something fun that you can have a go with. And then plenty of icons that also can link him to absolutely anyone. And Porto, who is actually quite good from the looks of things. Deulofeu going into other leagues. And then we've got some Prem, Bundesliga, all of that good stuff. So if I do find him and go back to him, which I believe he should be here, in terms of what you could actually do with him in chemistry style, people have gone Shadow or Anchor. For me, I think he's got enough physical. I would go absolute double down on Shadow for that pace and that defending. Anchor will turn him into pretty much a physical master, but I just don't think it's necessary. I don't think you need that much strength on him when the defense could be more useful with a little bit better of it. And then obviously the pace is always useful for the 96. Very good acceleration, very good sprint speed. So to finish off the video, this is the objectives for Capa. Score at least 2 goals in 1 match using a midfielder. Predominantly, I think you just get that over time. I wouldn't really focus on that one. I'd just kind of go with a good midfielder. People are putting Llorente up front and just kind of hoping they get 2. We've got assist 8 goals with through balls. Can do that in 1 match if you've got an opponent that stays. Score in 12 separate matches using La Liga players. That is the one that takes the longest in my opinion. Well, it actually does, but that's what really kind of bulks out this objective to take a lot longer than it should do. Assist in 3 separate matches using Spanish players. If you're using La Liga players, which you kind of have to, should be very simple, and win 6 matches with at least 8 La Liga players. Again, you'll do that in the 12, or should do that in the 12, very easy. So let me know down below, are you going to be completing Capa, and have you got anybody left that you need to finish before the end of the season? Let me know down below. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.